at Converted Podcast. And then I put our thing. Boom. Tweet. Okay, I think we're good to say like Turarts will be here in a minute, type thing. But we probably should start.
Okay. Perfect. Let's fire it up.
I'm on the wrong show notes. I'm on the Dark Moon Herald show notes. I'm on the right show notes now.
So what's up in the center ring this week?
What's end of the center ring?
I don't need show notes, right?
No.
Okay.
Nah, man. It's all good. Let's switch to the intro screen. I'm going to play the intro sounder. You're going to hear it, but also the audience is going to hear us. So let's stay quiet for that. And then we'll go. Right? Cool? Good?
Sounds
right
good.
on. Oh, and when T gets here, can one of you guys pull her in? It's the add to, because if I do it, I can do it.
I don't have her as a friend on Discord.
Add friends to DM. Yeah, I can.
So Sal's gonna have to pull her in.
Cool. No problem. Cool. Let's go live in 5, 4, 3.
You're listening to the Converted Podcast, the podcast about the guild Convert to Raid on Airy Peak, US.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 122 of the Converted Podcast, the World of Warcraft podcast all about the Convert to Raid guild on Airy Peak, US. Today is February 19th, 2018. It's just about 6:26 p.m. Airy Peak local time. Thank you, everybody, very much for joining us. Sal, what's going on this week?
In this episode, we have the most specialist of guests, your converted shoutouts. T and Eshelon will give you the raid haps, and Tickle Tickle, it's Belshnickle.
Yes. It's good to be back. Oh man, I missed you guys. It's good. I'm really excited to be here tonight. Thank you for having me. It's great.
Absolutely, man. We're very happy to have you with us tonight, and we look forward to finding out what you've been up to all this time. But I am Barfolomew. I am the potent paladin of power and propriety, and with me tonight is the salacious shaman of storm and static. It's Sal Mysis. What's going on?
Hey, you know what? I got to jump in the big fat alpha this past week.
No kidding.
Yeah, I don't have the alpha, but a friend of mine does. So I went to his house. I made him not be on that computer, and I played the alliance starting kind of zone in the battle for Azeroth. Right. So that was kind of neat. I rolled a rogue so I could just sneak around the mobs and not have to kill anything. I didn't go through the storyline or anything else. I just explored everything. So that was kind of neat.
So you didn't do what you should have done then, which is roll one of them shiny new Zandalaris. Can they do that? Are the Zandalari out yet?
I don't think so, actually. No. Okay. No, that wasn't a thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not Horde, so stop it.
You know what, man? They look so good. Bell, are you up on your recent?
Dude, I was just thinking I could not be any further out of the loop when it comes to WoW. You're talking Zandalari. I know there's an expansion coming out, and that's pretty much where it ends for me. So you guys, you're gonna have to fill me in a little bit. What's the new thing that everyone's excited about on this next expansion? Because I am so out. You have no idea.
So they started this thing called allied races. It's like adding new races to the game, kind of. Mm-hmm. They are new races that you got to work for, right? So you'll go into a zone and there'll be this. So there's this zone in Legion called High Mountain. Okay. And there's these new flavor of Tauren out there, and they have these big old moose antlers, man, and they're really cool looking. Mm-hmm. And if you do all the High Mountain quests and you get the achievement for the zone, and also you are exalted with that faction, now you get to roll that kind of Tauren. Oh. And there's a couple of new elves. There's the Tauren, and what's the other one? The Lightforged Draenei. There's a new flavor of Draenei. And they can't all be the same classes as their original race. They have, there's some class restrictions to it. But it's really rad, man. The Alliance has Void Elves, which are shadowy. They look like Blood Elves.
So they have their own set of abilities and own everything. And they're
man, they got new racials. Their own class set, right? And all that jazz. And you have to, unlock them. They're The one that everyone's really upset about, well, the one that a lot of people are really upset about are the Nightborn, which are these, they look like night elves, but the Horde gets them. And they're, they have like this really, really, really long zone story that a lot of people were like, it's too long or it's too complicated and I don't feel like doing it. And now you have to do it to get that race. So there's a lot of people who are a little on the upset side about that. But I mean,
how long is that grind going to be though to get that? Is that like one of those like you get it a couple weeks into the expansion, or is it like a month or two later you finally get to use that new class?
I think it depends on the race, honestly, because like Suramar took a long time, and the Nightborn one it took forever.
Wow, it sounds interesting. Carrot on the stick, you know?
Yeah. But that's what's
Okay. Stop.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna time out, and I'll edit this part. We're adding Turarts now.
Oh, cool. We could have just
it's time for tea.
No, but I'm gonna edit it and make it good. And so after that after that conversation happened, stopped, and it did. I'm just gonna edit it down where you're gonna say, and the blah blah blah. Here's Turarts.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Hey T.
Hello. I just walked to my door. Hold on. I'm getting stuff up.
So it'll be like she was here the whole time.
She's been here the entire time.
She has been,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Show notes.
I realized that like you're giving me the timeout symbol, and I'm making eye contact with you, and I'm nodding as though I'm acknowledging, and I'm about to wrap it up, and no one had any, because there's no such thing as eye contact. That's not how the internet is.
Breathe, T. Breathe. Get in the moment.
Where's your bottle of pink wine?
Well, I just walked in the door. I did not speed because it is illegal to speed on the highway.
Right.
I'm going to tell you right now, a ticket is not worth it. The show's not worth a ticket.
No, I was fine. It was fine. 9-year fine, 10-year mine. Okay. Where are we on the show notes?
We just started.
Okay,
and
good.
Barf is literally about to say, and the whatever Turarts thing.
Okay. Whew.
So he's about to introduce you now. So
I've been here the whole time.
You've been here the whole time.
Let's do this.
As far as the audio goes, you have. Tell us when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now that Belle is all caught up to date with what's going on in World of Warcraft, also with us tonight is the terrific time bomb of terror and Twilight. It's Turarts. Turarts, what'd you do this week?
Hey! It was a very busy week. We finally had our Project 168 kick off and finish. Thank goodness. 168 hours of streaming is a long, long time. We raised 8,000 pounds, which is roughly $12,000 each for our two charities. So that is awesome.
That's rad.
Yeah, it is. It's super awesome. So super excited. Thanks to everyone who, if you just came and watched us, it was a lot of fun. World of Warcraft, I have been giving away free stuff like it's going out of style. Just all the free stuff. No, I finally gave away. I do have one more mount because someone mailed me a mount to give away that I'll do randomly over the next couple weeks. But all the free pets and stuff, we did hide and seek. I learned that phasing sucks. It's awful. It got me a couple times, even though I researched, does this have phasing? And it said it didn't, but I guess it does now. So that was fine. And it was really fun because a lot of people were getting involved, and it was just a break from your raids or your whatever it is you do, doing game achievement runs, stuff like that. So it's always kind of fun to see the guild do something new and exciting. I love it. I think that's it.
Belle, did you know that Turarts is now a big famous streamer?
I've seen some stuff on Twitter about her starting to stream. I didn't know that she had blown up. I'm finding that out now, but I'm really excited to hear that because T, I mean, how could you not want to watch T play video games? Like that's, T, it's T.
I wouldn't say
how's it going?
I'm an affiliate. That's a big deal. Barf and I are affiliate.
That is a big deal.
That's a big deal. That's awesome.
But yeah, now that things are calming down, I'll be streaming again more regularly. But no, it's fun. I don't really stream Blizzard games. Not that I have anything against Blizzard games. I just when I play those, I talk to myself, and I do a lot of talking to myself. That's odd. So I don't stream those. But Mass Effect, first time playing through that. Warframe, which is a fun like parkour space shoot game. Official definition there.
Yeah.
And Elite Dangerous, which is like a space sim game.
That's pretty cool. What nights do you stream? Like, is it like
Wednesday and Friday nights are my goals, and then every now and Saturdays if I'm not like out of town because
Cool.
family and travel and stuff. And
I'll have to hop in there sometime. Check it out.
but no, it's fine. I will warn you, CTR family, I love you. I cuss like a sailor sometimes.
Like a sailor.
So be careful. Just I'm warning you. It's not a family friendly. It's not a family friendly Turarts you're getting.
I've never watched a stream more than like 30 seconds of anybody, so that'll be interesting. I mean, yeah, because I barely have time to play video games myself. So if I have time to play, I'm probably going to play. But that sounds really interesting, though. It's kind of a thing.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And then if I can stream, you can stream because I'm streaming on a dinosaur. So.
Like riding a dinosaur, like through the streets of the
streaming
city
while riding a dinosaur.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
I gotta tell you, man, streaming with a twist, that takes the cake, man. That's some stuff.
That's how you make it. That is. Chat room, you know what though? You know what to do. You gotta tweet us your shout outs. They'll get them here soon. Do it at converted_CTR because we want to hear what amazing 2 weeks you've been having. And then we still have someone else to talk to, Barfolicious. Barfinator. What have you been up to?
I made the trip out to Chicago to hang out with Silverbolt for a few weeks. What's up? High five. Nailed it.
It's cold.
Nailed it.
It's a little chilly. It's been a little bit on the snowy side. The drive was fine.
Yeah.
I was very surprised, actually. It was a very easy drive. And then since I got here, I've seen all of the wonderful sites like
The Bean?
Dave the Tentacle and Toonstruck and World of Warcraft and
Oh, you've just been playing video games.
Not The Bean.
No, well, we did drive around and take a look at some things, but not really a lot yet. But doesn't matter, right? Not about the sites, but the experiences. And what I experienced was Chicago cake pizza, and it was good. And we had a conversation about it before the show. And if you didn't see it, you should have been here live. Near. But now that we've talked about me for a minute, that's done. We're finished with that. We're moving past it. The subject at hand here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the person who started the Converted so very long ago, a guy that I've actually never really spoken to before tonight. It's nice to finally meet you, Belshnickle. What's going on, man?
It is nice, man. Hey, dude, wow. A lot's been going on. I'm glad to see the show is in excellent hands. You guys have been doing fantastic. I get a chance to peek at it every now and then on YouTube. Never get to catch it live anymore. But, yeah, the show is doing fantastic. I'm happy to see that, it's Sal. I miss Sal a lot. Sal is like, she's my girl, And Barf, man, you're killing it. And T's here all the time. It's great. So as far as me, geez, well, gaming-wise, the games that I play now tend to be the pick up and play for an hour or two and walk away kind of games.
You're in Destiny a lot, it looks like.
I played Destiny a lot when it first came out. Now I just raid there once a week. Yeah, I just got logged on Wednesday nights and raid with this clan/guild that I'm in, the Rebellion HQ. Got to give them a little shout out. Awesome people. There's some CTR people in there as well. And so we raid once a week. And then I play the Division pretty much to grind. I grind the Division quite a bit. And I got a Switch. I got a Nintendo Switch.
Love it.
Dude, yes, I am playing through Breath of the Wild. I'm about, I don't know, maybe 20 hours into that game. Maybe a little bit more.
So you just started then?
Yeah, I just started. Dude, that game, but it's funny because that game is amazing. Like I grew up playing Zelda, right? A lot of us did, Yeah. And it's such a cool game. It's open world and you can just wander around and just, it's so good. If you haven't played it, like I got the Switch for my kids, but I'm using it more for Zelda. I got them Mario Kart 8, and they're liking that. But
how old are your
Zelda
kids now?
6 and 3.
It's the perfect time to start
crazy?
playing Zelda.
See, they like watching me play, so it's kind of like I stream to my kids. Like I'll get on the couch with my Switch, and they're both on either side, and they just sit there for like an hour and watch me play Zelda. So yeah, I'm a home streamer. I'm a home daddy streamer. So yeah, that's been my gaming pretty much. It's just been some Destiny, Division, and some Switch action, and yeah.
6 is a fun age.
Yeah. She loves to watch me play. So I can see the streaming allure for sure. Other than that, geez, I haven't been on the show since I think it was like April.
It's been a while, yeah.
It's almost been a year. I had left because I was going out to LA to keep doing my Groundlings thing and my acting thing. there's a little bit of a story about getting out to LA. That first of all, like if you're gonna go to LA or anywhere on the West Coast, don't drive there. It's just not smart.
I remember when you did that.
So I decided, okay, I had to be in LA by Wednesday because I work when I'm there. People think that I go out there and just act and train, but I actually work in my normal career job during the day, and I take classes and do things at night. So I said, I'm going to drive to LA. I had to be there on a Wednesday at 3:00 for orientation for my job. Well, I left on Monday morning. So I gave myself like 2.5 days to get there, thinking I have plenty of time because my GPS said, hey, you can get there in 36 hours. That's a day and a half, right? Yeah. So the first day I drove 16 hours. Okay, I got to the entrance of Texas. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a little tired. The second day I drove 15 hours. By the second night, I walked into my hotel and I'm in my room, after I've driven like 30 hours in like a couple days. And I actually questioned whether or not I was really stopped. And I'm in the hotel room, and I'm not even lying. Like, I think I lost some sanity on this trip. I'm standing in my hotel room and I'm like, am I really here right now? Can I rest? Or am I in my car thinking I'm at the hotel and I'm going to drive into a semi or off a cliff? Like, it was crazy. Like, I had to actually pinch myself and tell myself that I'm actually not still on the road. That's how crazy my brain was getting after that much driving. And Texas will rip your soul away. Do not drive through Texas. It is so bad.
Driving east to west in Texas is not a good idea. Truck drivers tell you not to do it.
Don't do it, man.
It is there's some good and pretty desert in this world. You drive through Utah, it's the most amazing thing you'll ever see.
Arizona's pretty too.
Oh my gosh. Texas, it is hypnotizingly terrible.
Texas is worse than Nebraska, and I didn't think it was possible to be worse than Nebraska.
I died a little bit on that trip. It came back. Luckily, when I got there on the third day, I wasn't the same. I was not the same Belshnickle that left Florida the first couple of days.
You were so excited, like, I'm going to LA, man. And I'm like, dude, that's a pretty tough ride, man. Driving through that desert like that, basically from Texas into LA is a desert, and I'm like, it's not safe. Not because you're gonna crash or anything, but by yourself, because your eyes just go blind to the same color, with no mountains, no trees.
Like, you see like a mountain in the distance, you're like, hey, I'm gonna be there soon. 5 hours later, the same mountain's the same distance away. Like, you're like, how far was I?
Yeah. You're going a little crazy. You were so excited, and then I texted you, and I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? Or tweeted you or something. And afterwards, and you were like, death and destruction, I hate everything. And I'm like, whoa, that's not Bell. I'm like, what happened? Hey, what happened, man? You were so excited. And you're like, that guy doesn't exist anymore.
No, he's gone. The Bell you knew is gone. Oh, man, it took me a while to get right. It did. Coming back, I came through like New Mexico and northern Texas and like Little Rock, and I came in through Atlanta. And that was a much better trip. That's a lot. There's a lot more to see,
Breaks up easier.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was rough.
Yeah, I saw your map that you were going to go on, and I knew.
Why didn't you convince me, Sal? Like, it's not. People said like, "Hey, you shouldn't do it, man. It's a rough trip," and I'm like, "Nah." But nobody came in and gave me like the fire and brimstone talk of like, "Dude, like, don't do it." Like, you guys could have spared me that. That was rough. Friends don't let friends drive through Texas. They don't do it. They don't do it, man. You let me down. You failed me. You and the whole CTR community, you guys failed me. People were like, "Hey, come visit while you're in Texas." No one said, "Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. You're gonna get crazy."
I mean, there's some nice parts of Texas for sure. It's just on that highway where you were going through that place. I just knew. I knew. I knew in my soul what that was.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for convincing me.
A little late.
but my time there was great. So yeah.
Okay, let's remind everyone what you were doing.
So when I went out there, I've been going out to LA the last 3 summers. And I've been taking acting classes. I take classes at the Groundlings, which is an improv kind of comedy school. It's where like Will Ferrell, Melissa McCarthy, and other people went to. I auditioned for that program about 3 years ago, and I got in. And I've been kind of just taking the levels as the summers allow me to do, because I have a family and a job and everything, so I can't just go out there full time. So this last summer, I went out there and took the intermediate level of the program, and I expected to take it twice because the way that program is set up is you don't usually pass a level your first run through. It's a lot of stuff to learn, and it isn't just like making up stuff, improv. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of rules and the way it works.
They also want your money.
They want your money, of course, and but that program, it's not designed for people to go all the way through. It's weird. It's a whole other podcast for like a whole other thing. But anyway, I went out there thinking I was going to take it twice. So I set myself up for like, basically 3 months of being out there. Well, I passed it the first time. So I passed intermediate, so which is nice, which is great. So the next level is advanced, and that those classes come around every now and then, but I ended up coming back early. But while I was there, I was also taking acting classes, and I'm telling you what, like it's basically, it solidified the fact for me that that's what I want to do. Like I love acting, and it's been a ride, man. It's been a ride for sure. It went well though. The 2 months I was out there were very productive, and I learned a lot of stuff. So yeah, it was a great trip. It was a great time. I learned a lot.
So recently on Twitter, you've been tweeting all these photos with like blood and stuff in it. What's going on?
So, all right. So basically people will say like, like what are the, like, if you want to become like a pilot or a doctor or whatever, like there's like certain things you do, like you go to school and you take these classes and you pass and you take a test and you get your license and stuff like that. But how do you become an actor? You know what I mean? Like what does that mean? Like, not everybody, gets, is like an underwear model like Ashton Kutcher and walks into an audition room and becomes, that 70s show and now he's Ashton Kutcher. It doesn't really work that way for most people. So I kind of had to learn what it takes to do that. And right now I'm at the stage where you try to basically, like you do films to build your acting reel. So, okay, if you want to start at the beginning and you want to become an actor, the first thing you got to do is take classes. You're not going to get an agent. Nobody wants to really talk to you or give you a chance to be in anything if you have no classes, because you have to learn basically how to act. And really with acting, it's not just like pretending to be something or pretending not to be something. Acting, learning how to act is learning how not to act. You know what I mean? Like it's constantly telling people like you're acting, like don't act, like be yourself. And people will say like, oh, well, can you cry on command or can you be whatever? And that's not acting. Really, what acting is being so in the moment with what you're doing with another person that the emotion that comes out is actually your own real emotion. Like if there's a scene where someone's crying and you believe it, they're crying because they're really crying. You're that committed to the moment with your partner that it's real, it's truth. And that's what you want to bring as an actor is truth to everything you do. It's not, I'm pretending to be sad. No, you're sad because you are really sad. You're that committed to the moment. So like learning how to do that takes time, and you got to go to class and you got to practice and you have to become vulnerable. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And being comfortable with being vulnerable is a big part of acting. So I've taken the classes, and the thing about acting too is you never really finish learning how to be an actor. There is no like you start here and now you're Denzel and you never take a class again. Like you always can get better at it. So that's one of the things I like to it. There's no end to it. And so I've taken the classes, and then the next step is basically building a reel, basically a video reel, like a video resume. So your resume has two sides. You have all your classes you've taken, groundlings and a bunch of other stuff that I've taken. Well, now my acting side of what have you done has to be filled out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you have to have stuff that they can say, hey, this is me on camera. This is what I look like. This is how I work. This is my art. So that's what I'm doing now is I'm doing a bunch of basically non-union films, and just, try to build the actor reel. I've done 2 films in the last few months. I did a couple here near my house. And that's what you've seen on Twitter. And they're pretty high level, high quality production stuff. I have the first one to show you guys, hopefully in about a month or so, that'll come out. That one was called The Next Level. It was pretty interesting. And then I finished filming one this past weekend. That'll be out later on in the fall. And then I booked one in Miami, and I'm playing like a Morpheus-style character, like a Morpheus Matrix-style character. Yeah, that's going to be coming out. Yeah, that's going to be filming in Miami. So I'm doing. That's where I'm at right now. Is I'm kind of in the like building my actor's reel, so that when you have those 2 things together, then you become marketable. I have an agent, but she's kind of weak sauce. I'm gonna probably get rid of her because I'm finding most of the stuff myself. But that's kind of where I'm at now. Is I'm building the video part of my acting, so I can put it in a package and say this is what I can do. And then gradually you get bigger and bigger things, and you meet people and you network, and then hopefully one day you get a shot at something that's bigger. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
this.
it's really neat, man. It's being on set is amazing. You know, you ever notice, like, I always notice when I'm watching a show, you'll see like the actor that's facing the camera talking, but then the other actor is saying something, but like their mouth isn't fitting with what they're really saying. And you're like, well, what happened there? You know, but when you're on set, you get to see all that stuff and why that happens. You know what I mean? Because, you know, the way things are filmed is they film like a master, right? So let's say there's two people sitting in a room. They film it from a distance, right? And then they'll film like over my shoulder what like Turarts is saying. So they'll catch what she's saying over here. And then they'll film over Turarts' shoulder and they'll catch what I'm saying over here. And then they'll kind of cut it and mix it together. Well, sometimes when they do it, they like the audio version of what I was saying, and they like the audio version of what she was saying, and it wasn't the same as the master. So it doesn't look. You'll see it's always cut up. It's never really like a scene that's filmed with a bunch. Sometimes it can be, but it's not always filmed the same way. So it's really cool to see the other side of it and how much goes into, like, you know, making something work. It might only be 15 minutes of action, and it took 3 days to film. You know.
It's crazy.
So it's fun. I'm having a great time with it. I really am.
I know you're not in Georgia, you're in Florida, but Atlanta is a place where a lot of people are going. You were talking about maybe doing a little commuting sometimes.
Yeah, so that's my plan. Like the acting school that I go to, it's called the Anthony Meidels Actors Workshop. And they have the guy, if you guys want to hear, just even if you're not into acting, if you want to hear like somebody like just drop some like inspirational knowledge that you can apply as an actor or just to your life, man, go on YouTube and just look up this guy named Anthony Meidel. I think his last name is Meindl, but he is like the guy, man. You listen to him talk for a few minutes and you're just charged to do whatever in your life that you want to do. You know what I mean? He's amazing. And I follow him on Twitter and I'm always, you know, retweeting his stuff. It's just that good. But he has a studio in LA. He's got one in Sydney, I think Vancouver, and he has one in Atlanta. So, which is a lot closer to me than going out to California. My plan for this summer is it's getting harder and harder to leave home for 2 months at a time. You know, my kids are growing up, and it's just not easy. You know, so my plan for this summer, it's not official yet, but instead of going to LA, I'm planning on going up to Atlanta for like long weekends. For a couple months, you know what I mean? Either flying or driving up there and doing that and just taking classes up there and auditioning for stuff in Atlanta. Because I have a lot of friends, you know, that are in the acting business that actually audition more in Atlanta than they do in LA. There's a lot of stuff happening in Atlanta. So that's kind of like where I'm hoping to get up there with some stuff under my belt, resume wise, and start pushing for some bigger projects, you know, up in Atlanta. That's my next thing is this summer I plan on being in Atlanta for at least every weekend or every other weekend for at least 2 or 3 months.
Are there any kinds of projects specifically, like, you know, is there anything specific that you're looking for in a project, or is it sort of more of a, you know, I'll take what I can get, or I'll take what seems like it suits me, or like what's your process for looking for a role or whatever? I
mean, at this stage, while I'm trying to build my resume, I'm pretty much taking whatever I can get. You know, I'm not in a position right now to be too picky. You know, once you get to the point where you're starting to book bigger stuff, because what happens is a lot of things happen at the same time. You know, like I had a shoot this weekend, and then I had to turn on a different shoot that was happening the same weekend. So yeah, you could say like you could pick and choose if that happens. But right now, I'm just trying to build a reel. And from like the film this weekend, you know, it was 2 days of filming. I might only use like 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes of that, like a minute or two of that for my reel.
Mm-hmm.
So your reel is basically a bunch of cuts of you doing stuff. But I'd like to do some comedy. The two that I've done have both been pretty dramatic. You know, there was even it's funny. There's been some killing, a lot of killing, and for whatever reason, like there's a lot of people dying in the films that I'm in. This last film got a little risque in a couple parts.
Ooh.
And you always wonder like what that's like, you know, to be in a scene that involves, you know, maybe some more adult themes. I know this is a family friendly show. Things that, you know, on TV, things might look like, oh wow, that's crazy, but you don't realize it's like 10 people watching what you're doing, which is kind of weird. If you know what I'm trying to like skip around the thing. I'm trying to like explain. You know what I mean?
Did you have one of these scenes like this?
I had this last one had a scene that was pretty intense. It wasn't like NC-17 or anything like that. It wasn't like that, but it had a scene that was like, wow, like that's pretty intense. And it's funny because you're in these scenes, for example, and there's like 10 people like staring at you, right? And there's lights everywhere and stuff like that. But like, it's funny when the scene ends and you see people's faces. The kids are like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, because the people they're watching it as people that are on set, but they're still watching what's happening, right? So it was just that was comical to me. There was this one girl in particular. She was sitting behind, like, off to the camera to the side, and she was just like, she had this look. I wish I could have taken a picture. It was fantastic. But
okay. I mean, as a family man,
well,
how weird is that for you?
Well, this was a tasteful. It's tastefully cut. You know what I mean? So it's nothing that when you see it, it looks like way more than it is.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? When you see it one day, you'll see it. It looks very like it's really like a lot. You know, there's certain things that I won't do. You know what I mean? So you know, I there's certain things I won't do, but this didn't cross that line for me. But it was just weird, you know, doing a scene like that with all these people in the room. It was, you know, but you do kind of block it out. But once that scene ends and they're like, cut, and there's just people around, it's just weird, you know. But you laugh it off, man. You have, you know, it's funny because the girl in this last one that I did something else with her before, so we kind of had a relationship already. You know, we both felt comfortable with each other, which made it a lot easier. But man, it's pretty wild. That's the thing about acting. You just never know what's going to come up, you know. But yeah. So you got this weird look in your eye.
I'm just like, I can't wait to like see you making out with someone on camera, and I think I'll giggle. I think I'll giggle a lot.
She's trying to figure out what salacious website it's going to be hosted on. Is what she's trying to figure out.
That's not I believe him when he says
that it's not naughty.
That it's
no, it's something that okay. I'm sure it's something that when they cut it, it'll look like, oh snap. But actually, what it really wasn't. You know, it wasn't that. It's gonna look a lot more dramatic than it actually was.
Are we gonna see your ass?
No. There's no ass. No. It's no. It wasn't like this wasn't like some 50 Shades of Grey type deal.
That's next week.
That's the next. You're gonna have to start paying OG if you want to see that. If you want to see the ass, I'm gonna start seeing some numbers. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're in pretty good shape. Like this is, you know, something that you can do.
Like what do you? Well, yeah, but no, we're not doing that yet. We're not doing that yet. You know, it's funny because talking to your wife about that kind of stuff too, like, you know.
That's what my question was.
Well, and the thing is, I told her, I'm like, you know, if I start getting paid, you know, some real legit, you know, cash, then maybe we'll talk about it then. But I talked to her about it. You know, I'm not like, you know, and yeah, it was done in a very tasteful way. I'm curious to see what it looks like because I saw some of the stills, and what it looks like is a lot more than what actually was going down. You know what I'm saying? But it was crazy. It was cool. But it's funny because on the script it said like. It had my character's name, and then it said something, and then it had her character's name, and it said something, and then it said sex montage. Like, so the whole entire weekend, you know, it was like sex montage. You know what I mean? It was just kind of that became like the running joke of the shoot was sex montage. But
I don't care how tame it is. I will be uncomfortable watching this, and I'll cover my eyes.
Peeking, yeah.
I like this. Man, that's the thing about acting is you never know what's gonna happen, man. And you get to just be different people.
Like I don't want to think of Belshnickle in that way. You know.
I think we lost Sal.
I'm all like embarrassed now just talking about it.
Sal's looking at me. She's looking at me like that lady was looking at me off camera. Yeah, like how. Oh man, no, but it was fun, man. This particular one that we just did, my character is like I'm an insurance agent, and yeah, Oh yeah. Well, this is the crazy thing, right? That's the one thing that I don't like about these shorts that I've been doing.
I've seen
this before.
Or are you the cable guy?
I know where this is going.
The
No,
plumber?
Pizza delivery man.
Because they're so short.
Pizza delivery man?
Character development, right? So it's like, boom, here I am, and boom, this is what's happening. But it's not a porn. All right, so I'm an insurance agent, and I'm having an affair with this woman, right? Yeah. So far, it seems pretty, But then her husband happens to be in the mob, which is not good for me, right? That's bad. Right. So I am in the process of trying to work on kind of like setting up his insurance policies so that when she kills him, we can split the money. That's kind of like the whole, gist of the story. And I'll leave it there to save a little bit of intrigue for when you guys actually get to see it. So, yeah.
Pool maintenance. I'm just still. The chat room is on the same level as me and Tink. Turarts.
Tink would be here too.
Because speaking of Tink, yes. Tink is often in our chat room, and he is a troll and a half.
He's a real life troll, Tink.
Yeah. So I'm surprised he's not here. If he's not here in the chat room, he's got a good reason.
I couldn't believe he wouldn't be here to support his boy. Because
he definitely knew.
Yeah, like I'm a little surprised. I'm disappointed, to be honest with you, but it is what it is.
No, if he's not here to see you, something's going on. Like there's a thing he's got to do. And besides that, his daughter is old enough for him to like hang out with.
No, like she games, like she plays Overwatch, and she's good.
Yeah,
like better than Tink probably.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that wouldn't take much, would it? Yeah, let's be real. But what I know, we talked about this before the show, is that you and Tink have been friends for like 20 years or something like that.
Tink and I met, I'm a physical therapist, so Tink and I met in PT school back in 1999. And our class had about 45 or so students, and there was like 7 dudes out of the 45. It was all girls in this class. And that might sound glorious, to you, but it really wasn't that great. Not to you, but I mean, like if people say, oh, wow, a bunch of ladies around and you guys must have had a great time. And it wasn't like that. I mean, these people were like sisters. It was weird. So we got to play in video games together in 99, and we used to play StarCraft in the computer lab. And that was my gateway drug into Blizzard. Like that was it. It was StarCraft 1, and then Brood War in the computer lab in 1999. So Turarts is like, I was 10 and I did it. Wow. I was 10. Man, well, yeah, we're just old. But that's Tink and I, man, and it's funny because this game has kept us together because, we graduated in 2002 and I didn't talk to Tink or any of the other guys from 2002 till probably like 2007. So it was like 5 years that we didn't communicate. And then one day, I get this game called World of Warcraft. I load it up, and one way or the other, I don't know if it was through Facebook or what it was, but they were like, hey, we've been playing World of Warcraft for a couple years. You should play. Well, I was Alliance then, and they were on Horde. And what's the name of that realm? I think it was Boulderfist.
Oh, yeah.
It was Boulderfist because you had me roll a tune there once.
Yeah.
So I could make that sweet brown character.
Oh, so yes, I remember that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So we started playing together, and this game has actually kept us together this whole time. And then now CTR and BlizzCons, and it's actually been a huge thing for our relationship. The fact that we're still talking to this day is because of CTR. It is a true because of WoW. We went 5 years and didn't communicate. We started playing video games together, and we still talk to this day. So, another testament to the power of this guild, this community.
A bunch of us got to meet Tink's wife at the CTR party this past year.
Oh, that's right. She was at BlizzCon.
Yeah.
I missed BlizzCon.
Well, she didn't go. What happened was
you, man.
Yeah.
Next year, man. I think I'm there.
That was
this time?
Really weird.
I think I am. So what was it like? I mean, she's great. I've met her before. I mean, she's great.
Okay, so she's like way prettier than Tink. We've already established that.
Yeah.
And what's funny, okay, so he took his daughter to BlizzCon, and you've never seen. There was a lot of people taking their kids there this year, more than I had noticed, I guess, in the past, and just a whole lot of people just like chests out. Here's my kid, the World of Warcraft or the Overwatch player or the
Awesome.
Kevin from Dark Moon Herald brought his kid too, and just everyone just like. Here's my kid.
That's my son over here. My daughter. It's come on down, son. Yeah, that's cool. That's really neat.
And Tink was like that. God, his kid is beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And she's like this diva main, and she did some cosplay.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
she did.
As diva. She did.
She did. Are there pictures? I gotta see if I can hit him up for some pictures of this.
Yeah, it's hard to see pictures on Tink's stuff because he's always posting weirdly political memes. But you can just text him and maybe get some.
To see some of those.
But so the two of them were there, and I guess his wife was just like, you know what? I'll fly out for a couple of days, and they like went to Disney World one day.
Cool.
Disneyland one day, and so she was at the party, and I came up to her, and I'm like, I know who you are, and she was just like scared of me. Like, I mean, like a lady runs up to you and says, I know who you are, because I've been looking at photos of her for years.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds creepy.
That does sound very.
Sounds odd.
I'm friends with Tink on Facebook. He's constantly posting photos of his family. And one of the first big long conversations I had with Tink when he was when I first met him was him getting drunk and like crying about how beautiful his wife was.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like to tell people that because he's a little girl when he drinks.
When he gets saucy.
And I knew immediately who that was, and I ran up and hugged her, and she's like, "Here's a stranger,"
she's
jumping all over me.
One of those hugs where you're like, "Hey, gay." That's cool. Yeah, she's very nice. That's cool.
Well, I mean, that's what I found out when I went this year, is that BlizzCon is the land of hugging strangers before they fully understand who you are, apparently.
Yeah. You just went with it, though. You went with it, right? You just said, okay, cool.
Oh, I gave as many as I received, that's for sure, as far as surprise hugs goes, but man, there's an awful lot of... It's when they hug you
from behind that it's kind of weird, when they come behind you. See, you can hug anyone from the front.
Target.
If the hug from behind, it can get a little uncomfortable, depending on who it is.
That depends on the target. Cuddles loves it.
He's a back hugger, isn't he? That Cuddles?
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that, man. Like the fingers on your belly when they come around. I don't know, man. It's just kind of it's kind of like an intimate area in there of the stomach to be hugging from behind. Something to think about while you're walking around town this week. Can you hug people from behind? Is that inappropriate?
Yes.
Okay.
Is the answer to that.
Okay.
But no, it's inappropriate to hug someone that you've never met before, in person. A lot of people are really uncomfortable with that anyway. And a lot of people wear pins that say
"Don't hug
ask me before hug."
Really?
Or ask first. Yeah, sure. It's weird for a lot of people. Like maybe I'm not one of those people, but it's totally normal to not be completely comfortable hugging a stranger.
See, I'm a hugger, okay? But I can see it in someone's eyes if they want me to hug them. I can tell when someone's not a hugger because there's something about it. I don't know if it's like a little shoulder shimmy or what, but I can tell when I look in someone's eyes if dude like don't hug me, or maybe you go in for it a little bit, but then they kind of like But if they kind of come to, it's almost like a mutual thing. You can kind of figure out on the fly. It's like, let's do this or let's not, but I'll know soon.
Right.
My high sign is if they're in this position, I know I'm safe.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you know.
That's usually a safe way.
Well, people like us, we put our faces on the internet. So often people will recognize us, and maybe it's someone that we know and have talked to 100 times, and like totally know them, but we've never seen their face.
Right.
So sometimes it's like stranger hugging me until they go, "Oh, hey, I'm Turarts." No, we wouldn't be Turarts. It would be.
Well, that's like Silverbolt. Silverbolt. I'd seen Silverbolt a million times the name, but I just saw her on cam a little while ago. But if she came up and hugged me, I'd be like, "Hey!" I wouldn't have known who it was. But now that I know, she seems like a really nice person. So yeah.
Say hi, Silverbolt.
You don't know this yet because you're 15 seconds behind, but they're asking you to say hi.
Yeah, but I can see. I'd rather hug somebody almost more than shake their hand in a way.
There she is.
Silverbolt. We were just talking about how it's you might know a name but not a face, but it's good to kind of put it together.
Up off.
She's listening to us 15 seconds behind
yeah.
and responding to us like that. So yeah, but hugs are generally pretty good.
Yeah.
I forgot. I had a point to. The
I'm not
beginning,
even sure how we
but
got on the hug tangent.
on the
Consensual
yes.
hug.
BlizzCon. Oh, the behind. It was. I don't know.
It was Sal went up and hugged Tink's wife. We're talking about Tink's wife
yes.
and a stranger, and then that just spiraled to behind hugs.
Right.
Just
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the first year we did a stream for the party.
Mhm.
Belshnickle.
They had the Schnickel cam.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yes.
that's right. You
Yes,
did
the
have a
Schnickel
Schnickel
cam,
cam,
Schnickel
the
cam.
GoPro in her head. But no, at the party when we're streaming live, we had a stationary camera pointing at the crowd, but people didn't know really it was there.
Mhm.
But Dr. Pope, Tank, and Belshnickle stood in the same spot the entire night talking. And it was basically a ass cam. And people were not tweeting about it, but messaging about it on the chat, chatting about it.
I missed all of that.
And it's like, what's his butt cam?
The butt cam.
The Belshnickle butt cam.
Hashtag butt
Butt
cam.
cam. What would that be? 2015? Yeah,
Something
butt cam
like
2015.
Was that 15?
That was.
Butt cam 2015.
Yeah.
Did you go to BlizzCon this year, T?
No, I am still
We need to get T at BlizzCon, man.
BlizzCon not going.
T needs to be at BlizzCon.
Agreed.
Man, that is not good. That is not good.
Someday it'll
Also,
happen.
who would
Someday.
want our chat room?
Someday.
But yeah. So what is next for you, Belshnickle?
What is next? The next is to keep filming as much as possible. So I want to get. I'm gonna get back into class because I miss class. Because when you're in class, you really get to you don't become a better actor necessarily by just acting and stuff. Like you need to it's like going to the gym and then going to perform. If you just perform, then you don't get stronger. You know what I mean? So I want to get back into class to keep doing some of that. So that's next. My next thing is I got a film coming up that I'm going to be in Miami. I have one that I auditioned for yesterday. That should be good. It sounds like a really good character, really like a lot of layers to this character. So once I have about, let's say maybe 5 or 6 more things, then I think my resume will be good to start going for some bigger stuff.
Nice.
So that's what's next is just trying to keep going. But my goal is in 5 years to be acting more than I'm doing my normal job. That's my goal. So we'll see. We'll see.
Wow. Well, we're gonna hear from you again once. Sorry, what's it called? That's coming up in a couple months.
So I have the one I just filmed. The one that's coming out in about a month or so is called The Next Level. That one is it's a short. It's about 15 minutes long, and I didn't tell you what that one was all about, but you'll get to see it. And then the one that I filmed this past weekend is coming out at the end of the year, so like November. It's gonna be a while. And then then got a couple other ones that are coming up. But the editing process it takes a while, a lot of this stuff. So they're done very well. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter though as to what's going on, so you guys can see what's happening. I have tons of pictures. I mean, I don't post everything on thing, but I do have a cool picture to show you guys that are actually watching. That I didn't share on Thingamajiggy.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Exclusive, guys.
Exclusive. Let me see. Actually, you guys want to see a cool video?
What, you gonna hold your camera up to the?
Yeah, I am actually. There's a scene when this character gets. Man, this will spoil it though. Do you guys mind if there's a spoiler?
Spoil it.
Just came out. Spoil it.
Spoil it. Spoil it.
Do you mind, Barf?
That's great. Go for it.
All right.
Do it.
So this girl at the end, this character she gets pushed into a pool, but you can kind of see they had a drone for this shot. It was kind of cool. So you'll hear the drone in the background, and you'll get to see kind of a little production here. I'll fast forward it. All right, I'm gonna put up the camera. So they got a drone. They got a drone shot on this one too. Don't ask me why I'm filming the drone.
That is so neat.
Wow.
So the actor, this is a one taker. because she's gonna get kicked in the pool, and obviously once she's wet, it's pretty much done, right?
Yeah.
So.
So she's laying there. Her hair's basically in the pool.
Her hair's already in the pool. Yeah. This is terrible audio. Sorry, iTunes listeners.
Hey, Belshnickle, I've been editing the show recently, so this is gonna sound great actually when I do it.
He's gonna do it here soon, hopefully.
She's in a black dress.
Yeah,
what I know from Twitter is that her throat is slit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'll show you some pictures if you care to see. She actually got a fork in her neck.
That's what you get, Charlie. You get fork stabbed.
I'm gonna see if I can fast forward to when he actually does. Okay, here it is. Here it is.
You can only do this one time. What is he smoking a cigarette? Because that's what bad guys do.
He just wiped his mouth off with a napkin.
Threw the napkin at her. It kicked her in the pool.
Oh man.
Because she's dead.
But she came out of the water pretty fast, so they had to do another scene with her like floating in the pool.
Oh.
but she wasn't kicked in; she's just floating. But yeah, they have a picture of it of the makeup job that they do is pretty crazy. This is the actress that played that was actually in there. Really cool.
She looks so excited to be just slit
but check that out, man.
Dying.
Ew, there's blood in
goodness.
her throat.
Yeah, it's pretty graphic. Hopefully, there's no kids maybe watching tonight.
Is that the one you make out with?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it is.
So this is a zombie romance.
Her throat because you made out with her.
Well, I don't want to spoil everything. I mean, you know, obviously she gets wrecked, but yeah, like it's not good. You know, I'm not gonna spoil what happens to her. I mean, she gets a fork in the neck. All right, but how that happens, you're gonna have to wait to see.
Okay.
Exciting.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But yeah, that's what's next for me is just kind of keep trying to act and and keep working on the art. So that's it.
Well, Belle, gosh, thanks so much for coming on tonight. It's really good to have you on and talk to you.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say I was super happy to have you. I was super happy to meet you. You're a really cool person. You got all this great stuff going on. I was curious to know if you would tell the listeners where everyone could find you and anything that you were choosing to share with the world on the internet.
You can find me on Twitter. That's pretty much. I use Twitter actually more than I use any other social media. It's at Belshnickle CTR. I guess I should probably get it. I have Instagram, but I never ever use it. And it seems like everyone else is using. I'm always like one step behind everything. Like I'm on GroupMe, everyone's on Discord. You know, now I'm on Discord and everyone's gonna leave to do something else. But like I'm on Twitter and everyone's on Instagram. So yeah, I have an Instagram, but I never use it. So Twitter is the best way. And I'm gonna probably end up changing my Twitter to like my real name here pretty soon because I do want to use it more for acting and stuff like that. So.
You don't like Belshnickle CTR?
There's something about yeah, it looks great on your acting business card. Or someone like, hey, yeah, let me follow you. What's your thing?
CTR?
Is it, and I'm like, no, it's at Belshnickle CTR. So what exactly is a Belshnickle? Yeah, it's a long story. It's my gaming thing. Oh, you game? You know what's funny is gaming actually got me my last gig.
No way.
When I did a Skype interview with somebody. And, obviously I use this, right? And he's like, yeah, so he's like, so this this part I want you to audition for. He's like, wait, is that World of Warcraft?
Is that Garrosh?
And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I play WoW. And I'm like, really? I was like, yeah, I played for like 8 years. So we got talking and boom, there it is. I get the part, So
Nice.
Really, I don't even have to train. I just have to find people that are into World of Warcraft, put me in their movies. That's all it is. So yeah, because of WoW. Yeah, more because of WoW. But yeah, that's awesome. It. That's how to find me is Twitter. That's probably the best way.
That is awesome.
Well, Belle, we're gonna kick you off now.
Okay, listen, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. The show is in fantastic hands. You guys are doing an awesome job with the show. Barf, man, you're killing it. T, it's great to see you. And Sal, I miss you, Sal. We gotta talk again. So everybody in the chat room and everybody in CTR land, I miss you. And who knows, maybe if you want to play some Blizzard games, hit me up. I wouldn't mind getting some heroes on soon.
Yeah, heroes.
I'll still get dabble in some heroes.
That makes Barf happy.
Overwatch. So All right, guys. Good seeing you guys. Thanks again. I appreciate it.
Bye.
We'll
Yeah,
catch
man.
up. Bye-bye.
I don't know how to hang
How
up
do
on
we
him.
hang up on him?
I don't know.
Hang up. Hang
Everything's
up.
bad.
I think he has to hang up. I think you have to leave the call.
Oh, well, what if I don't leave? What if I just say, no, I'm not, I'm leaving.
Then you're here forever.
Let me minimize this thing here. All right, guys, I'm leaving. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Good luck
Bye.
with the rest of the show.
Noted.
This is weirdly heavy on my chest.
I was
and
saying,
it
I was
giving me
wondering, I was about to
anxiety.
ask you if that was like lightweight or
It's really heavy. It's like rubber and metal.
I don't know if I would like that. It looks cute,
It's gorgeous. I love it.
but I don't know if I
it's
would like the
like on your chest. It's
Yeah.
just I can feel my heartbeat.
Oh yeah,
No.
nope. Out. Out. Oh, Belshnickle. Well, while we're bringing Eshelon
Okay,
on,
stop. Please start again.
while we're bringing Eshelon on, I'm gonna hook you up with some guild events. Although we've already brought Eshelon on. Time for me. Yeah, so guys, make sure you are checking out the guild calendar because we just had an the Old War time walking run this weekend, which great turnout for us, super exciting. We have Emerald Nightmare Normal on there right now for February 25th. And hang out in game. Like I said, we've been doing some fun kind of hide and seek type giveaways. So make sure you keep that guild chat up and are watching it. If you have ideas for events, things like that, throw them at me. We did our meet and greet, and I want to thank Wares and Zeph for that. They did a great job. We definitely got a lot of good feedback and stuff to come. But yeah, check out that guild calendar, guild.converttoraid.com. Lots of great stuff on there. I think that's all I have. Super quick and easy and sweet tonight. So Ash, why don't you hit us up with that raid report?
Hi, everybody. You guys ready for it?
Oh yeah.
Hey. All right. Let's see. Let's get started. Tonight's raid report is brought to you by Project Failsauce. They are striving for ahead of the curve every Tuesday and Sunday from 5:30 to 8 p.m. realm time. If your sauce tends to be AOTC sauce, try Project Failsauce. Face pull is 2 of 11 Mythic and Taurus. Now, if you
I have
play
a
melee,
question about what just happened.
what just happened?
How much do they pay you for that plug?
0. They paid me nothing, but I'm trying to sell this so that next time I do get paid. See, if I do a real good job, I'll have
You just
teams.
ruined it, Sal.
I'll have teams in my pocket.
Okay, so what are we trying to accomplish here is to get them team members?
What we are trying to accomplish here is to let folks know that there are teams recruiting in the CTR Guild, and these teams have funny names, and we have clever things we can say about them. So let's do it. That's what this is to accomplish. Is that okay?
I like clever. Clever is one of my favorite things.
Okay. Well, it's also very subjective. So if none of this is clever, it's Lonnie's fault
Ah!
because she said it was okay. So, face pull is 2 of 11 Mythic and Taurus. Now, if you play a melee DPS on Airy Peak US, chances are you are already on our team. So we're recruiting ranged. If you play a ranged DPS and tend to pull the boss more frequently by accident than the tank does on purpose, you should consider the team that believes a face pull is an ace pull. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 to 8 realm time. And finally, this raid report is brought to you by Edamame Enterprise. They've been at it for 4 years and counting. Are you a DPS looking for mythic progression in Taurus? Do you enjoy salty snacks at the sushi bar? If so, Edamame could be right for you. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 to 9 realm time.
That was pretty cute. I liked it.
Because edamame has salt on it and they serve it with sushi.
That's right. That's right. You figured it out, Sal.
Good job, Sal.
All right, and now for your raid report. The Rubber Chickens are 2 of 11. They've taken out Heroic Worldbreaker and Fellhounds. The Troublemakers took out ENR. And HTX has progressed to 5 of 11, killing High Command. Banana Republic went all the way to ENR and are now working on Ken Garoth. 9 to Midnight. Let's see. 9 to Midnight and the Rady Brunch both took out Ken Garoth. TLDR Just Pull, Marginally Competent, and Bacon and Kegs all took out Vera Mathras, making them 8 of 11. The Hydra Volunteer Fire Department, Threat Level Midnight, and Standard Dragon Protocol all killed Coven. Standard Dragon Protocol also took out Agrimar. Hell to Pay and From the Ashes took out Argus for their ahead of the curve. So congratulations to Hell to Pay and From the Ashes. Our mythic progression this week is Casually Elite. They came in and killed 2 mythic bosses. They're now 2 of 11. Rectified took out ENR, making their team at 3 of 11. And Edamame took out High Command, which I believe puts them at 5 of 11. 4 of 11 or 5 of 11. One of those. So
That's awesome. So much progression.
lots going on. Lots going on.
And that was mythic, right?
That was the mythic progression, yeah. So we've got 4 mythic progression kills in the guild this week, or in the last 2 weeks. And looks like 24 heroic progression kills. So nobody's really working on normal anymore. Everybody's kind of done with that. So everybody's heroic and beyond.
That is awesome.
Well, what's your gear score, Ash? Or
I don't know.
eye level? What's your eye level?
I finally hit 900.
960, maybe. I think equipped it's 959 or I don't know, something. You want me to log into the game now and
No.
tell you? Is that important to you?
I don't know if your computer is strong enough or fast enough to be able to support the game and do the show.
You could do World of Warcraft
and have all those lights on it. It's pulsating.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Pulsating purple and pink and blue.
You're just Eshelon in game, aren't you?
I'm just Eshelon.
I say that because I hit 948 yesterday.
He is 963. I don't know what he is equipped, but he is 963.
And that's right about where I am, Sal.
Well, I'm not trying to. I'm not.
966 is overall. That's what I'm seeing.
I'm trying to beat intense on a DPS. Is the thing. So unless he got something on his character in time walking, which I don't think would happen, because they did Old War last week. There's some cool transmog in the Old War.
I got some
raid.
Pretty good stuff. I got a staff, and I got a robes, and I got a gloves.
You got a robes? I saw a dagger that I wanted. It was made of stars.
That's a cool one.
I had a marketing thing I had to do at work last week, so I didn't go to get the transmog. Barf, how did the chickens do in the Old War last week?
Went well. I bounced out at the end of raid night, and they were like going back and forth on, oh, you know what, it's the end of raid night. We still have 2 bosses left. I wonder, and I just was tired, so I left at the end of the night. But they were looking down the barrel at General Vizax, I think is what his name is. That slimy looking fella down the bottom of the pit there. How you have him, General Vizax? I assume they effortlessly killed everything and left with all the loot, but I wasn't there to see it.
I don't think anyone effortlessly killed Yogg-Saron. Everyone's talking about how that was a real fight.
Yeah, he brought his A game, did he?
Yeah. Why are you smiling, Eshelon?
I died almost immediately on that fight. I went into the thing. I went into the you click the portal, you go in the thing. And, there was a couple of folks who actually knew what was going on, and I didn't have a clue. And they said something about clicking a portal and getting out. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I'm still only 96% sane. I'm not going insane yet, and it happened instantaneously.
Yeah, you gotta get out quick.
I didn't realize that would happen. I thought it would, be gradual, but that's just me projecting my own,
Oh, that's right. You did that last night, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. We did it last night.
I'd love to know what Yogg-Saron's trying to tell us in those little hideaway dream spot thingy doos, because, like, there are scenes in that presumably he shouldn't have any knowledge of, being all the way up in the North Rens. Like, he shows us the assassination of King Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Has he got eyes in Stormwind? What's up? How does he know that? Like, there's some creepiness happening up in them little dreamy caves. Is all
part
I'm
of the
saying.
old gods, isn't he?
Yeah, you got tentacles everywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, man,
Tentacles.
is he taking credit for that stuff? Like, who knows? Things are nuts. Things are 100% insane in the membrane, like Frasley's saying. Just down there, you gotta be careful.
All
Barf,
right.
did you take your chair to Chicago?
Yes.
That's not his. Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you drive to Chicago? No, you
Yes.
didn't. You did not.
Yeah, I did.
Did you drive or fly?
No, I drove.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. Never mind. That's not as weird.
So you took your chair with you?
Yeah,
No,
I
you
didn't
really-
take much
hold on.
else. I took my chair. I've been wearing this shirt for the
on.
last week and a half.
You did not take your. Wait, hold on. Now I need to look at pictures.
No, that's his chair. That's his streaming chair. That's his chair and he probably has the pillow behind him too.
No, the pillow I actually never brought up out of the car, and every time I go down there, I forget. So the pillow is still sitting in the car.
I'm just saying. I'm just looking. I'm like, you brought furniture to visit someone.
I only brought the one furniture. I literally brought this chair, the computer, the stuff what goes on the computer desk with monitors and cameras and lights and microphones and stuff. I brought
You brought all your monitors too?
Yeah. The computer doesn't have monitors on it. I have to bring I brought my Switch and I brought clothes, and I think that's it. Like, I brought the computer stuff, the clothes, and some video game things. And
I mean, it's kind of like when you move into your house. The first thing you do is you turn on the internet and you set up the computer, and then you do the bed after that. You know, clothes and bed come after.
What else do you need?
Internet and computer first, clothes and bed second.
You know, today's President's Day. I was thinking about buying a mattress.
Do it.
I bought a new
Buy a good
mattress.
one.
Oh my god!
Did you?
Spend
I
lots
did.
of money on it. Spend a really good
We went
mattress.
from a queen to a king, and oh sweet baby Jesus! Oh sweet baby Jesus!
Yes. So now you can just like scoot your husband to the other end.
I like this, and I can still have a kid, and I don't feel anything. Like that's how I lay. But like, actually, it's not. I'm a side sleeper. It does say though, your theory is sorry. I was looking up old. I was wowing. It says that they show events, which makes it seem like directly linked to these events somehow. That his whispers got out of Old War. Because his whispers were able to take over the Prime Warden Loken, who then subdued the other Watchers.
Stormwind's a long way away, is all I'm saying. They have influence.
But Loken had influence. Right?
Who knows? Yeah, because he subdued Loken, or he controlled Loken, who then took over the minds of the other Watchers, because the 6 Watchers are who's supposed to watch him. So, I mean, who knows what happened?
Right, but Loken wasn't involved at all in the Garona thing.
Unless he was whispering to Loken, and Loken was then... Like, these are 6 people sitting here watching this guy's prison. You know, they're probably chitter-chatting. And Yogg-Saron's probably just... taking it in.
Always talking.
Same.
This is sounding remarkably like post-show.
It is. So let's do some shout-outs. Oh, I know we have some Twitter ones, but I need some chat room ones. Hit me your chat room ones while you guys read the Twitter ones.
All right, Twitter shout-outs. I'll get started. Sprout's got a couple. Sprout says, shout out to the Epic Eggplants. They got Coven, Agmar, and Argus down. Sprout says that looking forward to my heroic carry when I get back. and shout out to Leilashi, CTR, and Rainsong for running Unsung Heroes in my absence. They're doing an outstanding job. Miss all my teams, and CTR will be back at Easter.
Speaking of heroic carries, Ash.
Yo, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready for your team to carry me again to get my AOTC.
AOTC?
Yeah.
What we got? We'll have to talk about that. We'll have to talk about that and see if we can make that happen.
Do you farm at all, or are you just straight mythics?
No, we do. Now that we have the skips, we're doing Argus and a couple of bosses. Like we're doing a couple of bosses in Argus, and then we go on into mythics. So
You see,
a little bit of
would
farming.
I would go in for those anyway, just for the gear. But I could bring the deeps too, though.
Can
Is
you?
the thing? Yeah,
You can bring the deeps.
I'm
All
like
right.
number not last on my team.
Not last. Okay.
So
That's not bad then. Okay, Lonnie says you're coming tomorrow.
oh no, I raid on
Right.
Tuesdays.
He's writing it
Oh,
down.
that's the thing. What time do y'all start? What? I'll talk to you later about this.
15.
I'm gonna
Maybe
edit
you're
this
really
out.
raiding on Tuesdays. Who knows?
I'm gonna edit this out.
Okay, so Talkera says, shout outs to thank you, Navox and Barfolomew, for immediate help to get me up and running on the guild site. Took the weekend, but Navox persisted. Thank you. Sola, Nola, and Leilashi for generously helping guildies get the long forgotten Hippogriff Mountain as Suna. CTR people are awesome. I agree.
Absolutely. Frasley wants to shout out to Zephyriah, who has been an amazing friend. Glad I met through CTR Guild. And shout out to Worgen BM Hunter, which we all know as Silverbolt, sorry, for being awesome, a dragon, and a maker of awesome chainmail. And we all
Shout out to Silverbolt for being a dragon.
right, for being a dragon.
Frasley had another shout out that came in a little later too.
I'll have to look for it.
Well, Turarts.
Yeah, it's Frasley. I was pulling it up. Do you want me to read it? I don't have any chat room shout outs yet.
Do it. Read it.
Frasley says, shout out to the Coltrane. You helped one of my friends who does podcasts because you helped him in the beginning. He was just raving about how awesome it was and how down to earth you were. Coltrane had a birthday recently. No, that was Pat Crane that had a birthday.
No, it was Pat Crane that had it, yeah.
Pat Crane had a birthday. Shout out to Papa Pat. And then Spider Mage says, shout out to HVFD, Hydro something Fire Department. I can't remember what that stands for. Raid Night Hype.
Volunteer Fire Department.
There we go. Volunteer. Awesome.
Yeah.
2 last minute ones. And now I have 2 chat room shout outs. Look at that.
Wonderful.
Frasley says, shout out to Barf who got me to say a dirty word today in his Discord. Barf.
You got Frasley to say a dirty word?
Yeah.
Was it butt?
No.
Frog Spout says, shout out to you guys for entertaining me in my hotel room tonight. Oh, that's good. And Corpse Run Radio says, shout out to Sal because she's awesome.
You know who Corpse Run Radio is, though?
I don't. Is it Tank?
Is it Sal?
No. No.
I don't know who it is.
It's Grand Negus.
Oh, okay.
No
I know who
kidding.
that is. All right.
What else we got? That's it, yeah?
That's it. That's it. I'm done.
Wonderful, wonderful,
I've
wonderful.
How about you guys?
Barf, start over with that.
Great, so that does it for the chat room and Twitter shout-outs. How about you guys? You have anything?
Sure, I want to shout out to Frasley, and I know he just shouted out to me, but that's not fair because he shouldn't shout out to host of this show. But Frasley had me on his show this past week. Yeah, he and Zeph. It was really good to talk to them. That was fun. I didn't really know that they do it live. So he has this thing where he brings everyone into Discord so everyone can sit and listen to it. He just like mutes everybody except for the people who are supposed to be talking. And everyone can sit and listen to it in Discord. Oh, he's also on Twitch, but it seemed the Discord thing was more popping. And then people were chatting in Discord. And I didn't realize they were doing that until like the show was almost over. You know, and I'm like, what are they even responding to? I don't understand all this chat room stuff. And it was just in the Discord thing.
So there's no
but it was
chat delay
really
if you do it that way.
right.
Yeah.
That is rad. I never thought of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that I know about that now. So really fun to talk to them this past week.
Awesome.
Ash, Turarts, Barf.
My shout out would go to my now 6-year-old daughter, who maybe will watch this someday in the distant future when I'm an old man. I don't know. But she just turned 6, and her name is Bailey. So,
Aw.
That's awesome. Happy birthday, Bailey.
yeah. Happy birthday,
My
Bailey.
niece's name is Bailey.
So now I have one's 11, one's 8, and one's 6.
Ooh,
Getting
that
big.
11-year-old's about to be 12.
That
Yep.
preteen, yeah.
Ooh, ooh.
Yep.
Things are
Start
about to
stocking up
change
on
for you,
chocolate
honey.
and other stuff.
Hey, she's hip. She's hip. She's all
Still
right.
need some chocolate.
Listen. When they turn 12, everything changes, and suddenly you're dealing with a preteen.
Yeah.
You have this, however many months left of 11 years old. You just need to do all the kid stuff now because it'll never happen again. That was depressing. I shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
We're doing New York this year, and we're doing
That's right.
Disney. Yes, Disney.
Good choices.
And then we run for the hills. Oh, go ahead.
No, be fine. No, good choice. Just barricade her with a lot of chocolate and you'll be good. My shout outs would go to for CTR Guild. You guys have been awesome. For real. The anniversary's done. Giveaways are all done. You guys have been great. And my Project 168 crew, because that was a different planning than I'm used to. And then finally, and Sal's going to be super, super, super excited with this, but I'm going to shout out the CTR Party Planning Committee because Jules is already doing stuff. We're already doing stuff, guys. We're doing stuff in February already. I'm so excited.
Yes,
CTR
awesome.
discount party. It's happening.
You heard
This
it
is
here
the time of
first,
year-
folks. The CTR party will be held in tents
Now-
out in
now-
front of the hotel.
Have they
We're gonna
taken
have a
care of the
bonfire?
most important thing is getting tea to BlizzCon.
We'll see. We'll see every year.
Oh, Turarts. I was like, Earl Grey? Hot?
Well, I'll take some breakfast tea.
Earl Grey.
We'll see. We'll see. The time off should not be the issue this year. Other things, but no. Yes, we started planning, guys, because this is the year this is the time of year I get the itchy fingers, and I'm like, let Jules go. She'll start it when she's ready, and she started, and I'm like, yes.
What's your name? Ash? And your wife Lonnie?
Yes.
Don't do what Tink did. It's a week ago. You tell me in advance when you're coming to New York.
Oh, I forgot. I was going to ask you about that.
May.
And we will do a thing and have fun. I find out that Tink is in New York, and I was like, I didn't even text him back, man. I'm like, I couldn't do anything. But yeah, so yeah, you let me know.
I mean, we pretty much got the whole thing planned out. I'm sure there's some spaces in there though. There's spaces in there. Right? Oh yeah, there's spaces.
Or
in
I
there,
could
so
do a
we're
thing
getting
with
together.
you that you have
could
planned,
totally.
and I could just,
Okay.
like if you're gonna
Aladdin.
No, don't. That's expensive. But if you're going to Coney Island,
We are going to Coney
I will
Island.
go to Coney Island with you. That's my favorite place in New York is Coney Island. We'll eat hot dogs and we'll ride the
whirl of
roller
puke.
coaster.
The cyclone.
The cyclone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not gonna ride that.
It's not that bad.
You know.
It's
Okay.
it's a roller coaster, but it's not like a crazy
It's a roller coaster. Cyclone makes me think,
No.
centrifugal force and lots of.
Oh, maybe. Listen, baseball might be happening then too, because the minor league baseball team is out there, and you've never had more fun at a baseball game in your life than going to see a minor league team. Because it's
We have a minor league team, but I never go watch them.
I'm telling you, the Coney Island
never look out.
Cyclones. Oh my God, they're not that good. Okay, but
The lookouts are not good either.
like if you're gonna pay $9 to go to a game, and you're just gonna take me out to the ball, and like you can afford to bring your family. It's great.
Cool.
Anyway, I am totally tangenting.
Barf, do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to Coney Island.
All right, that's a good one. I like that.
And to
I think we've.
Kitty cats.
Pyrrha, she wants
Yeah,
mic
that's
time.
Kit Kats.
Yeah, my cat's like that too. Yeah. They're both staring at me now. I think we've showed. Unless you have a real shout out. I mean, I'm cool with Coney Island. We could do it. We could roll that. But I want to give you an opportunity to.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Silver for giving me a place to live for the next couple of weeks. Right on. I'm done.
All right. Short and sweet. Love it.
Cool.
Okay, that's going to wrap us up for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank Navox and Geek Chic Lisa for our theme music, and to Where's the Cajun for getting the word out there for us each week. You can find us each on Twitter. The show is at @converted_CTR. Turarts is at Turarts. Sal is summer_Sal. Esh is at Eshelon, and I am at Barfolomew_CTR. Sal, the next episode. Tell us about it.
Our next show is on March 5th. We're actually going to have Tommen from Threat Level Midnight. And I know I said that last time in the last show, but this time for real, I've asked him. And he said yes.
Yeah.
So he'll be there on March 5th.
I remember last show now where you're like, I haven't asked him yet, but it's fine.
I forgot about that, yeah.
And then he's like, no. And then he'll be here March 5th.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And if anyone wants their raid team represented, or your Mythic Plus team,
or if you want
anything
to
like
sponsor
that,
the show,
or if you want to sponsor the show, do let us know. Email us at convertedpodcast@gmail.com.
hey, you can even write your own little sponsor blurbs. I'm happy to read whatever. Just let me know.
You heard it here. Eshelon is happy to read whatever.
He'll do it. He's crazy. We're going to sign off now, everybody. Thank you very much. For Turarts.
Bye.
For Sal.
See you later.
For Eshelon.
Bye, everybody.
And for myself, we'll see you next time.
You can follow the show on Twitter at converted_CTR. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Converted Podcast. And find us on our Twitch channel, Converted Podcast. And join us live every other Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really.
That's as off the rails as we've gotten in months and months.
Yeah, it was good.
We had Bell on, though, so.
Yeah.
There was a lot of post-show.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, mattresses. So
for real,
I bought a mattress online and 5 years ago, and now there's just like a big like divot in the middle of the mattress. And
which online mattress place was it? Was it that one that advertises on podcasts all the time?
It wasn't Purple. Purple costs a lot of money.
It does. We looked.
And that's the one I want. That I don't know. It was on Overstock.com.
Oh.
And it was really nice. But now I think that's the reason my back is just not getting any better.
Ours was a really super sale because they were remodeling, but it has a 10-year warranty. So if it starts to get divots or anything, they replace it with whatever equivalent model they have. And I'm like, done, sold.
Well, that's just it. Are you sure that is covered?
Yeah, because we asked specifically. Because that's what was wrong with our queen size. That's why we were moving up, is because you lay in it for 8 years, like things are going to happen. And he's like, no, with the new, what did we get? A sleep rest, beauty rest? I don't know, whatever. They come with a warranty. So if it starts to do this, they'll just replace it. I'm like, sold. Like that is
just it. I've had mine 5 years and it is severe, the divot.
Yeah.
So that is because I'm just like my like head and stuff is up here, and then I'm like sinking. Like that's putting a lot of pressure on my hips.
That's where I was getting my lower back pains and hip pains. It was awful.
I think it's my mattress.
But now I can like.
Now you don't have to be anywhere near your husband.
No. I'm like.
Finally.
Casper was the one that I remember now. Somebody said it in the thing. Casper mattress. They advertise on podcasts all the time. I was wondering if it was that one.
It wasn't a Casper either.
I'm
Casper's
interested.
cheaper than purple.
And those ones where it comes in like this little box and it's a
Now, is purple the one I saw advertised on YouTube where they smash the eggs into the mattress and they don't smash?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool advertisement.
I'm interested in that because I believe pressure points is my problem. You know, like on hips and stuff. So but then I looked it up and I'm like $1,200.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't that much money for a mattress, but it's a lot of money.
We spent $7 on ours, and it was originally $42. They had it on super sale. Super sale. President's Day sales, man.
And Casper has a 10-year warranty, but it's manufactured things. So divots is not part of that.
Do you rotate your bed regularly?
I can't rotate my bed because it is zoned.
Oh.
And I can't flip it.
Well, you can't flip it,
all.
but you can you
give
put
it
your
the
head
old
here
potato?
Put it here?
Not supposed to. But because of the way it is zoned or something. That's a word I got off of Casper. That's not a Casper mattress though.
Because they want us to flip ours every 6 weeks or something, but it has the middle, so about the center 2/3 of the bed has these special things that are supposed to help your hips and your thighs and your back. I don't know. They did scientific stuff that I kind of half listened to, and I was just like, let's talk money. That's what I want to talk about. There's my cat. There's my cat. The chat room couldn't see it.
I don't like cats.
They're needy. So is my dog, though.
They bite and scratch.
Oh, okay. So funny story since we talked about beds. Cats aren't allowed in our bedroom at all. Because what'll happen is at 4 o'clock in the morning, this little tan thing will come in and start biting the top of my head because he wants fed. So he'll start biting here. So I'll go feed him. Feed time 6. So then if I go back to bed, he'll come in at 6 and he'll start biting my head again. I'm like, listen, you just got fed, you little an hour and a half ago. Why are you biting my head? So then I took him out of the room and said, no more room. You're done. It's a good story.
Biting your head.
Yeah,
not like hard,
so
like
we have
just like
hard enough.
We have one. We have one. Our orange cat.
That's what ours is. It's orange. It's something with the orange.
Long hair orange cat, and it bites Lonnie's hair.
Yep.
At night, bites her hair when it's time to get up in the morning, or when she thinks it's time to get up in the morning.
It's not
bites
drawing
the
blood.
hair.
It's just scraping.
No, she just grabs the hair and kind of just tugs a little, and then bite.
Why doesn't it do that to you?
Because it knows the men won't get up. Because it doesn't do it to my husband either.
What
could you
sounds like
I
you
don't
guys
know.
need better pets.
No, she's great.
I don't know, man.
You know who won't do that shit?
A dog.
Dogs won't do it.
No,
Dogs
they
are
lick
not
your
gonna
toes
bite
though.
you.
You'll be in a dead sleep and you won't